Good afternoon. I'm Gwendolyn Morton, and this is Live at 5 on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here. Some of our top headlines today: the weather and the severe weather on the way are, of course, the big story of the day. We're going to have details on that, plus more info from the Estill County concerning the county attorney's office. And a Richmond man has escaped from a central Kentucky jail. The details on that as well. All that plus more news and sports. And of course, we've got Sam with the latest on the weather system that is moving through the area and coming in later on. All here today, live at 5. But first, in our WBON TV big story of the day, of course, the top story is the severe storms that continue to sweep through most of central Kentucky. Severe storms battered Kentucky, prompting Governor Andy Beshear to declare a state of emergency. The storms unleashed heavy rain, hail, lightning, and 2 EF1 tornadoes reported by the National Weather Service, and fierce winds causing significant damage to property and leaving upwards of 30,000 Kentuckians without power. We've got reports of substantial damage to a number of structures, and thankfully, as of right now, not aware of any fatalities. That was Governor Beshear. He stated that, urging Kentuckians to stay weather aware as more severe weather is anticipated throughout the afternoon and evening. As of now, the governor's office has reported damage in 19 of the state's 120 counties. Some of the affected counties include local counties like Bath, Bourbon, Clark, Fayette. We also have Greenup and Jessup counties, Jessamine County, Montgomery County, Powell County, and Woodford. In response to the impending weather conditions, the governor ordered the closure of all executive branch state office buildings. That started at 1 p.m. today. The Kentucky Emergency Operations Center in Frankfort was activated. They were coordinating emergency response efforts. In response to emergency managers alongside agencies like the Kentucky State Police and the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet were also dispatched to affected areas to provide assistance. Nicholasville, Bourbon County, and Fayette County were some of the hardest hit areas here in our area, with multiple buildings damaged and power lines down, causing traffic delays throughout the city. Multiple buildings around the drag strip in Nicholasville were heavily damaged due to the storms, while motorists on 27 stopped to debris across the roadway. Residents in Bourbon County also shared photos of downed trees and debris. Traffic was affected along I-75 in southern Fayette County near the 104 exit, where downed power lines covered roadways, causing traffic to back up for miles. The governor has urged motorists to check travel conditions before traveling, as multiple roads are blocked due to uprooted trees and downed power lines. And of course, we're going to have a full look at the forecast later on with Sam, with potentially more severe weather on the horizon, including damaging winds, golf ball sized hail, all a possibility, and the potential for tornadoes with wind gusts possible as well. Keep it right here on the stations of Wallingford Broadcasting as that weather becomes extraordinary. A Richmond man is being sought after allegedly walking away from work detail at the Franklin County Detention Center. The Kentucky State Police initiated a search operation for Brandon Rodas, 36, who walked away from a work detail earlier today. Rodas, a white male, listed as 6 foot 1 inches tall, with dark brown hair, brown eyes, weighing approximately 210 pounds, has distinguishing features, including a teardrop tattoo under his left eye, a cross on his right forearm, and the name Emma Jane on his left forearm. Authorities suspect Rodas may have been picked up in a white van and may have been spotted in the area of the Richmond Walmart earlier today. According to reports, Rodas was last seen in the area wearing a red poncho and a white t-shirt. The ongoing investigation into Rodas's escape is being led by the KSP Trooper Brandon Crabtree. Anyone with information about Rodas's whereabouts is urged to contact their local KSP post or your local law enforcement. Again, that is an escaped inmate from right here in Richmond, suspected to be in the area at this time. Well, today, Estill County Judge Executive Donnie Watson announced the new appointment of County Clerk Pro Tem for Estill County. Kim Charles will officially take over the duties of the County Clerk after an expected resignation of Brian Crow last week. Charles was sworn in today in a ceremony held at the Estill County Courthouse.
You, Kimberly Charles,
I, Kimberly Charles,
do further solemnly swear
do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
perform all duties incumbent upon me
perform all duties incumbent upon me
as Estill County Clerk according to the law.
of Estill County Clerk according to the law.
As Estill County.
As Estill County Clerk according to the law.
Good job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Charles has 21 years experience working in the office under various administrations, including the last few years for Crow. She also has election work experience, which would be needed to oversee the upcoming presidential and general election in the fall. Charles's first order of business is opening up brand new accounts for the office, as this transition will be the same as if a new administration is beginning. County Judge Donnie Watson stated they hope to have the county clerk's office back up for business sometime tomorrow. Speaking of elections, with a little over a month away from one of the biggest primary elections in recent history, and in Madison County, a record turnout is expected. That means there is a higher need for people willing to work the polling locations across the county. And to get more info about what those jobs entail, Michael Watkins spoke with Madison County Clerk Kenny Barger.
When election time rolls around, you may not think about it, but it's better to have yourself prepared when going to place your vote. Here in Madison County, there will now be 10 different locations to vote at on Election Day, including the Berea Church of God, East Side Community Church, Whitehall Baptist Church, the Madison County Extension Office, the Public Library in Richmond, the Russell Action Folk Center, Mule Barn in Arlington, Ignite North, and the 2 new locations, including Ignite South in Berea and the Richmond Active Living Center. Primary Election Day is on May 21st, which means it won't be long before voters are lining up to exercise their constitutional right. Those lines, however, in Madison County can be much easier to deal with if more people sign up to work at those polling locations. Madison County Clerk Kenny Barger says as of now, they have about 100 people signed up to work, but to more effectively run things smoother on Election Day, they need about 140 people total.
We can add locations and we can buy equipment, but we have to have people staff those locations. And both those locations are going to be early voting and Election Day. So there's Thursday, Friday, Saturday before the election, and on the Tuesday of Election Day, we need folks to staff those locations.
Those 2 new locations include Ignite South in Berea and the Active Living Center in Richmond. And by adding these 2 locations, it'll give voters more options on where they can go when they go vote on Election Day. More locations could help voter turnout and could also help shorten the amount of time voters are at their specific polling location. However, that won't be the case without people signing up to work during the 4 days in which the polls will be open.
People can vote faster than we can check them in, and we're checking them in about 45 seconds to a minute. So we have enough equipment sitting around to vote on, but we have to have enough people sitting at the tables to keep that equipment full of voters.
There are 3 different positions in which a person can work during these times, and each one comes with a specific task that helps the voting process run smoother and faster for those coming to place their vote.
They do clerk, sheriff, and judge are the categories. Judges basically just are there to help answer questions, to help people if they need anything. Sheriffs are there to watch, usually around the scanners themselves, where you scan your ballot in to make sure nobody walks out with a ballot. And then the clerks are at the check-in table. They're actually operating the iPads and signing people in and making sure they get to the proper machine.
Mr. Barger urges people to sign up to work. There is a 2-hour training course in early May for those who sign up. Then those who make it past the training process will receive $16 an hour during the early voting period and $250 for the 12-hour day that they put in on Election Day itself.
Some folks think if you sign up, you have to work every hour of voting. That is not the case. We'll work with you completely. You have to work whole days. So if you sign up for Election Day, you got to work a 12-hour day. There's no split shifts or anything. But if you just want to sign up and work one day for the early voting for an 8-hour day and see if you like it, that's fine. We can work with you on when you work and where you work. You know, we've got 10 locations now, so we're spread out. So if you live in Berea, naturally, you probably will stay in the southern part of the county.
To sign up to work this election day, visit MadisonCountyClerk.us. Reporting for WBON TV 9, I'm Michael Watkins.
Thanks, Michael, for that interview. Lots of great information there. We're going to take a quick break. We've got Sam in the Weather Center, and we want to get you right over there so you can find out what's going on in central Kentucky. More storms on the way. Sam has all the info coming up next.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Kokudet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Are you considering a bathroom remodel? Think about this. Remodeling your bathroom without addressing the plumbing is like going to get a facelift when you need heart surgery. Plumbing is the heart of your home. At Fast Flow, we understand the importance of a well-functioning plumbing system. Our expert plumbers have years of experience in providing top-notch plumbing services. Don't just settle for a pretty face. Choose Fast Flow Plumbing before you remodel and keep your home's heart beating perfectly.
Call a pro at Fast Flow.
Looking for some fun? The Galaxy Bowling Center has a league for you. No matter your skill level, you can come out, make some new friends, and have a great time. Call 624-4444 for details. Or if you're more of a trivia person, Champions Grill has you covered every Tuesday starting at 7 with great prizes and all-you-can-eat wings for only $19.99. Why go anywhere else? The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Grill, your ticket to fun just off I-75, exit 87 in Richmond.
Watch The Real McCoys weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on Heartland.
Family known as the Real McCoys.
Watch Laugh-In on Retro TV Mondays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. and Saturdays at 8.
Welcome back to Live at 5. Well, we've got lots of severe weather in the area. It's been an all-day thing here. It looks like it might reach on into the evening and overnight. We've got Sam in the Weather Center, going to give you the full forecast to keep you safe and let you know what's going on out there.
Hi, thanks, Grenolyn, and let's get right to it, folks. We have a moderate risk of severe storms. This is a level 4 out of 5. Pretty high on the scale. We have a 15% chance now, according to the Storm Prediction Center this evening, of seeing significant strength tornadoes moving through. That is very high. We have a very juicy atmosphere in place. We're expecting a low-level jet to form this evening, and somewhere generally after about 5 p.m. Already starting to see some storms off to the far west. And we have that clearing that took place behind those storms that already moved through. And so all this is going to contribute to our severe threats as we head on through this evening. So right around maybe 5 to about 7 p.m., we'll see these storms moving in from the west. And again, that has the highest risk of seeing tornadoes and damaging straight line winds. Don't think we're going to have a huge hail threat with those. And once it moves through, you'll notice a big drop in humidity. Once that happens, no more severe weather. In fact, we could even get a little rain snow mix in here on the backside of this whole system, waking up on Thursday morning. So this is our 3-season storm happening in April, feeling like summer and then turning over to winter. We could see significant rainfall as well, maybe over an inch, possibly an inch and a half on top of what we already received earlier today. So have a storm plan ready, know where that shelter is just in case. Again, the highest risk is going to be maybe around 7 to 8 p.m. or so, and maybe give or take an hour. And then we'll have a sharp drop in humidity. Once that cold front comes through, the threat is over. And then it'll turn cool and breezy as we head into our Wednesday. Winds could gust up to around 30 miles per hour. Again, the humidity will drop very quickly with a high near 50, 45 on Thursday, maybe a little rain snow mix in the morning, no accumulation expected. Then it warms up again into the weekend. Gwendolyn, back to you.
Thanks, Sam. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and WBONTV.com. Well, the Mount Vernon Fire Department battled a blaze in downtown Mount Vernon this afternoon. The fire broke out around 12:30 today in a commercial building at the corner of Main Street and Richmond Street. The building is locally known as the former Mount Vernon Signal, the local newspaper building. The roadway was closed for a lengthy amount of time today as firefighters extinguished the fire. Multiple agencies responded to assist, including Berea Fire Department, who aided with an additional ladder truck. No word on the cause of the fire at this time. The Lexington Police Department has called upon the Kentucky State Police Critical Incident Response Team to examine an officer-involved shooting incident. April 2nd, just after 1 a.m. This morning, just after 1 a.m., units were called to the area of Regency Point Path in Lexington. Upon arrival, the detectives commenced their investigation into the matter. A male individual involved in the incident was transported from the scene due to sustaining life-threatening injuries. According to authorities, that male later was pronounced deceased at the University of Kentucky Hospital. Fortunately, no other injuries were reported in connection with the incident. The shooting remains under investigation by the Kentucky State Police, and we'll have more details on that as they become available. Well, more news, more weather. We got sports coming up as well. Up next, we've got Dawson in the newsroom with sports. That's coming up here.
Leeds Fine Jewelry, located in beautiful downtown Richmond, has been a trusted name for 30 years. John Leeds handcrafts unique jewelry that is sure to stand out above the rest. Come see the selection of red Kentucky agate necklaces, earrings, and rings, available in both silver and gold. Leeds also specializes in jewelry repair and restoration. Visit Leeds Fine Jewelry, nationally known and locally owned.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
When the possibility for severe weather is a threat, it pays to have an expert on your side. Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration want you to know that your home is their top priority. When the storms have left you with more questions than answers, Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration is there to walk you through the process and offer free roof inspections and estimates. From wind and hail, fire and smoke damage, commercial and residential. Trust Kentucky Roof Works and Restoration. Like them on Facebook to learn more.
At Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, we make it our priority to deliver the gentle, compassionate care that you deserve from a dentist. Offering single-visit restoration on crowns, bridges, inlays, onlays, and veneers with CERAC. Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry is equipped to handle all your dental needs, from surgical implant placement and restoration, teeth whitening, root canal therapy, and more. And we now have the Cone Beam 3D technology for taking scans of the jaw. For your next dental appointment, call Jones Family and Cosmetic Dentistry at 859-985-0201.
How do you protect your family during a disaster? Have a plan of action for tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, and for an incident at the Bluegrass Army Depot. Know what you will do and how you will contact each other. Having a plan helps to keep you calm and not panic. Visit EstillCountyEMA.com to get started today. Plan today for a safer tomorrow.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your host, Micah Watkins, Samantha Burford, and Dawson Rule as they cover sports news for the greater Madison County area. Get your local sports news every Monday night from 6 to 7 on WBON Channel 9 and on Y92.5, V99.3, and CBS Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by the Richmond Raceway, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop Small Engine Repair.
Well, welcome back. On today's sports segment, Dawson Rule gives updated scores from local softball and baseball teams in Madison County, some of which are playing in beach tournaments. Also, stick around for moments from the sports panel's latest interview from the Jack Burford Chevy Sports Show.
While today's weather is anything from good, there are still some bright spots for the local sports world. Let's start with baseball, as the Cincinnati Reds won a thriller in Philadelphia last night. The Reds went into the 10th inning tied 2-2, and the bases quickly became loaded for Cincinnati after a few Phillies walks. Then Red Spencer Steer came up to the plate and nailed a grand slam into the stands to give the Reds a 6-2 lead. The Phillies flirted with a comeback in the bottom of the 10th, but only managed one run before the Reds took it in 10 innings. Now, to stick with baseball more locally in softball, the red-hot Southern Eagles baseball team lost 5-1 to Wilson Hall High out of Sumter, South Carolina. Madison Central also lost to Taylor County 3-2. The Model Patriots handled Williamsburg with ease yesterday, winning 12-2 and 15-1, both in 5-inning games. Now, before moving on to softball, the plan for our sports crew is to stream the Berea Model baseball game tomorrow evening. First pitch is at 5:30, so come out and support at Models Field or tune in, weather permitting. On to softball scores, Madison Southern has had a few big wins since leaving town for the Cal Ripken Experience. They beat Sims Valley from Ohio and Whitley County yesterday, and beat Lewis County 11-1 most recently. Madison Central played and beat Johnson Central last 9-7. They are still yet to face Marshall County or Central Hardin on their beach trip before heading home. Now, the Model, they were set to play Jackson County tonight, but that's going to be canceled due to bad weather, so the game may be postponed till later in the week. Also due to the bad weather, EKU's baseball game at rival Morehead State has been postponed tonight, and the game will be rescheduled for May. The Colonels won't play again until this weekend, when they travel to the North Florida Ospreys for a 3-game series in the ASUN. Last night on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, Michael and I talked to a former Madison County athlete who is now headed to play football at the University of Kentucky. Kenyatta Harge came on, and here are some of the moments from his interview. You can tell he's very excited about his time coming up with the Wildcats.
What was it like to get back out there on the basketball court?
It was different. Definitely out of shape. I thought I was doing something in the off season running wise.
Well, basketball shape is different than football shape, right?
It is, but I thought hitting the weight room and like the occasional treadmill would get me going, but like until that hit me like a train. So it was really fun. It was enjoyable. I got to see Fieldhouse and all them again, so that was awesome. Got to meet those guys. I got to see Eli again. That was cool. Yeah. But playing basketball at LCA was an eye-opener because there was only 2 seniors on the team, and so we had to kind of like lead the way in that sort of aspect and like, hey, we don't really do that stuff and stuff like that. So football season went well and stuff like that, and talking to my recruiting coach, he was kind of worried at like how I would move and stuff like that. So actually joining the basketball team kind of got me the walk-on spot. So he saw me at a basketball game and how I was moving, And he called me out. He's like, I didn't know you could move like that. And so he just kind of slid me a PWO, and I'm grateful for that. So I love those guys at basketball. I love God for telling me to go play basketball and finish out the year like that, because that opportunity would have never came. I'll majority come in as like a scout team player because I'm coming in the fall and the summer. So I'll majority be scout team. And he said after that, it's just working your way up the totem pole, going from scout team, maybe to special teams, maybe to seeing a couple reps here and there, and just climbing up the ladder.
One more note about UK. Tonight, the Wildcats basketball team will be watching closely as 2 future Wildcats will be playing in the McDonald's All-American game. Boogie Fland and Jaden Quinnitz will both be on tonight's East team and will be playing on next year's Wildcats team. That's going to be all for today's sports coverage. Thanks for tuning in, and this is Dawson Rule with Madison County's Sports Report.
And at the half, EKU leads state 21-7.
I love the way these look.
Thanks.
Yeah, go Colonels.
Is it here? Hey, Coach. It's right here, but shouldn't you be at the game?
Carry your favorite team with you everywhere you go with a new EKU branded debit card from CG Bank. No matter what season it is, always show your Colonel pride.
Has anyone seen Coach?
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
Heard the name Chenault Vineyards, but what do you know about it? Chenault Vineyards is a place for the community to enjoy. Central Kentucky's premier event and wedding destination with 5 event venues, full-service catering, over 13 varieties of wine, live music entertainment, seasonal food options, weekly themed Wednesday night out and girls night out, trivia, murder mystery date nights, and free yoga on the point with beautiful views. Everyone can find something to do at Chenault Vineyards. Want to know more? Follow them on Facebook and Instagram or plan your night out at ChenaultVineyards.com.
For years, Richmond residents have been searching for a heating and air company that can do it all. That search is now over. Don't let the name fool you. Fayette Heating and Air serves all over Central Kentucky for both commercial and residential customers. With Fayette Heating and Air, they promise that no matter the issue, no matter the time, you can expect award-winning heating repairs the first time, every time. Visit FayetteHeating.com to learn about special financing and how to sign up for the Comfy Club. With Fayette Heating and Air, complete home solutions.
If it won't go down,
Call Mr. Reuter, the best in town.
what do I do now?
Call Mr. Reuter, the best plumber in town. Mr. Reuter is Central Kentucky's affordable and reliable plumber. Right now, get any drain in your home cleaned for only $89. Call 859-253-CLOG. That's 859-253-CLOG. So if you've got a problem that won't go down, call Mr. Reuter. He's the best plumber in town. He'll clean any drain in your home for only $89.
Now I know who to call.
Call Mr. Reuter.
Bye-bye, Poopy. Richmond has its very own TV station, WBON TV Channel 9, featuring 4 new TV channels of programming. Our primary station, 9.1, is available over the air with an antenna on all area cable systems, Roku, and our live player at WBONTV.com. You'll love the local sports and other local programming, including the only local newscast for the greater Richmond area, live at 5 daily. Find out more at WBONTV.com.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON at TV Channel 9. Well, you know, it's Tuesday, so that was supposed to mean we have Tasty Tuesday. It's the first one of the season tonight, but of course that has been canceled due to the weather. And speaking of the weather, please make sure that you are staying weather aware out there throughout the afternoon and evening and into the overnight. It looks like we could have some more systems move across the area. You can stay weather aware with WBONTV.com, with our Facebook page. If you got the radio on, make sure you listen to our sister station, 100.7 The Coyote. We'll have traffic, weather, all of the information that you need to get you through this unusual night here as the weather could become bad again. Thanks so much for joining us today. Get out there, stay safe, and if you can, just stay in. Looks like the governor has recommended as little travel as possible through the overnight and into tomorrow. We'll be right back here tomorrow. More news, weather, and sports. I'm Gwendolyn Morton, Live at 5.